Welcome to 3 career tips for your first semester in your graduate program. My name is Kimball Gruder. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the Assistant Director for Graduate Student and Postdoc Career Services and Programs at UCONN Storrs Campus. In this presentation, I will share 3 career tips for your first semester in your graduate program. Successful career preparation requires both consistent action and engagement throughout your graduate program. Let's begin by taking a few seconds to think about from whom you have gotten your career advice thus far. Perhaps you've received career advice from family members, a mentor, a faculty member, a supervisor, or a friend. At the University of Connecticut, the Center for Career Development assists undergraduates, graduate students, postdocs, and alumni with exploring, developing, and implementing career and educational plans in and beyond the U.S. Going to career.uconn.edu is a great place to begin exploring career services, programs, and resources. You will also want to check the website for the campus at which your graduate program resides to learn about additional career offerings. Now that you know where you can access career programs, services, and resources, let's get started with reviewing those 3 important career tips for your first semester. The first tip is to consistently explore options throughout your graduate program. Perhaps you know what career outcomes you seek, or maybe you want to learn more. You can access either of these 2 career exploration and assessment tools from the career.uconn.edu website. My IDP is a career exploration tool designed for individuals in STEM fields and also includes an individual development plan that you can choose to share with mentors or advisors. Imagine PhD has strong career exploration and self-assessment components and is designed for individuals studying and conducting research in the humanities and social sciences. Each of these resources provide help to determine or clarify your skills, your interests, and career and job options. Using a career exploration and assessment tool can be useful to further confirm what you may already know about your career goals, but also to explore a range of options. Tip 2 is to take time to update your CV and/or your resume during your first semester. One of the most common questions I get asked is, what's the difference between a CV and a resume? Within the U.S., a resume contains content that is more recent and relevant to the opportunity to which the individual is applying, and it is typically 1 to 2 pages in length. A CV is a longer document which includes more details about academic and scholarly work and can be as many pages as it needs to be to capture more extensive content. I like the image of the blender, and that all of the fruits and vegetables in the image represent the content in a CV, but the fruits and vegetables that are selected to go into the blender represents content in a resume. The content in the blender ends up in a more concentrated product, the resume. Graduate students often share that so much occurs during their graduate program that they forget what they need to add to their CV or resume. My recommendations for sections to update during the first semester are your contact information, your education, your work and research experience, your teaching experience, if you are in fact teaching, and skills. Tip 3 is to connect and engage internally at UCONN and also externally. As an example, at UCONN, there are many different opportunities to join graduate student focus groups and organizations. There's the Graduate Student Senate, Many departments have their own graduate student association. There's UContact, which is a site within UConn where you can search for organizations and events relevant to interests or by virtue of being a graduate student. And you could apply to join the Graduate Student Career Council, which is run out of the Center for Career Development. By joining groups and attending meetings and events, you're growing your network of people and access to potential opportunities. You can also take on roles within organizations to gain and apply new skills. As an example, one of the graduate assistants who works at the Center for Career Development asked me what I felt was missing from their skills, and I shared that having some experience with budgets would be important to their future career goals. The GA was already a member of the Graduate Student Senate, and they ended up joining the Finance Committee. This same student then asked, what else am I missing? And I suggested that they get involved in the hiring process for a new employee. There was a position being posted at the graduate school, and I suggested that the GA inquire about joining the hiring committee. Now this graduate student can point to having real experiences with hiring and budgets, two skills that they did not gain from their doctoral program and that are important to the future work that they seek. Tip 3 includes connecting and engaging externally. Many of the professional associations have student chapters where graduate students can join committees and take on leadership roles. And with a little searching, there are also many organizations that are seeking volunteers to mentor others, to review journal submissions, to write blogs, and so much more. Here is one example. This is an opportunity that the American Historical Association had where graduate students were summer columnists for their magazine. And here's an example of a graduate student committee offered through the American Chemical Society, seeking volunteers to help produce symposia for the broader chemical community. Through external involvements, you will also grow your network of folks who share similar interests and have opportunities to gain and apply new skills. The most important thing to recognize throughout your graduate program is that your degree is just one of your qualifications. Think about it. When you see a job posting, it lists all sorts of responsibilities and skills that are needed to succeed in the position. And there's typically only one bullet point that mentions a degree and/or field of study. Your graduate degree should be one of many qualifications that you possess. The Center for Career Development is here to partner with you throughout your degree program, in your career preparation and future job search activity. Please visit career.uconn.edu to begin accessing resources and to schedule an appointment to begin engaging in your career preparation.